Hello. Good morning from the studio in Seattle, Washington. We're here on Friday. On the weekly Friday, we get together and we discuss some of the best idea practice about EB5 Regional Center, right? This is a hot topic nowadays with a lot of movement in U.S. government and the policy for the immigration. Of course, the easiest and the fastest way for entrepreneur to get the permanent green card and visa is it probably the easiest and the quickest. So we want to welcome for over 1,000 students from City University, and for those parents and students that are going to be getting together with us in our office in Saigon, Vietnam, this coming month, and we wanted to welcome you to this meeting. I am pretty sure that you're gonna walk away with some great idea and strategy that you can use, right, for invest and migrate to the U.S. And today, we have Mr. John Stiver. He's gonna join us in the studio, and so first of all, a lot of us, we wanted to know about, what is the timeline for the getting the visa, getting the green card, right? With the government in the U.S. changing the policy toward the immigrants in January 20 of this year. So a lot of anxiety, a lot of people that have the need, right, to convert into the permanent visa. So one of the timeline that we talk about the investment about the program is that if you stay in the U.S., if you enter into the U.S. Through multiple visa program, and let's really talk a little bit about the timeline, for the client when they decided to convert into a permanent visa. We see, we wrote down here on the screen, right, that you go over the documentation, the PPM, right, private place memorandum, and sign and return the document to the immigration attorney, which representing you, and go over that document. That's the thing that you need to do first. And we have the documentation, and we got full documentation that ready to jump on board and get going. Either with our Washington Regional Center, California Regional Center, or the project in the Texas, right? But they're all great projects in the rural area, and that's gonna help you to be able to expedite the process very quickly, right, John?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With this project, with all of our rural projects in this company, we use the Rural Set-Aside Program, which sets aside 20% of the yearly allotment of visas to the families. And these projects qualify. They create the 10 jobs. We take care of that for you. We take care of most of the paperwork and allow you to work with your own attorney to make sure that everything is solid for you and your family.
And John, we when it comes to like immigration attorney representing the limited partnership, we have probably the best attorney lawyer representing the investor and protect their interest, make sure they're gonna get what they want.
Absolutely. We try to use attorneys that have been in the program from the very beginning. So they've got almost 20 years of experience on this exact type of project. So we feel really good about it.
That's great. That's wonderful. So, again, we wrote down here on the timeline, we see like, what would happen in the first 30 days when you decided that, yes, I wanted to get green card, U.S. citizenship. I want to get investment visa, right? Permanent visa, and converting my existing visa from H-1B visa, student visa, right, or tourist visa into a permanent visa, right? So what happened for the first 30 days here that we wrote down here on the screen is that, the first 30-day period is for the regional center, investment to accept the investor, right? So no, when we have so that two party, right? The general partner and the limited partner, that both sides agree to get into the investment, then all the documentation will be signed by both party, and then it's gonna be the attorney gonna prepare to send it documentation to the USCIS. And again, we got the project and the full documentation with our office, either our office in Vietnam, in Saigon, or our office in Shanghai, China, or our office right here in Seattle, ready to help to move the process forward, right? So what would the application prepare and send to the U.S. in the 30 to 50 day? The how do we get the how do we get the USCIS to accept the I-526? And John, talk a little bit about the process for the I-526 and the approval for the I-526 with the rural project versus urban TEA, like it used to be.
This program is actually very simple. And when you make the application with the attorney, they will make sure that your proof of funds, that your funding is safe and secure, and that it comes from a good source that will be accepted by the USCIS, by the US government. We don't move your money from the escrow account that you put it into until that process is completed by the USCIS attorney, so that we know that your application will be approved before we ever move any money out of escrow. So you can be safe and secure to know that it's going to the project only when we believe, the attorneys believe, it's going to go through. Our attorneys do not process an application unless they know for sure that it's going to be approved. The next thing is the rural projects. We make sure that it's a rural project before we ever give it to you. It's already approved by our team to make sure that it checks all the boxes and that it does all the correct things to make sure that this particular project will be approved and that your visa will be approved. Again, this is a visa for you, your spouse, and your children under the age of 21. It's a great visa. It's a great visa for your children. As your children are going to school in the United States currently, they're coming to school as alien students. As soon as they get their green card, they're matriculated students. They're as if they are U.S. citizens. They get to enjoy the lower rates. And we're just really happy to be able to present that program to you and your family.
That's wonderful, John. And, nothing is better to have an expert like Mr. John Stiver to share with you all this great information that you can apply into your case, right? And then we're talking about like I-526 application approved by the USCIS, and then the notification that will be sending to you, whether you here in the US, in Vietnam, in China, in Taiwan, wherever you are, right? And John talking about how is the comparison between urban TEA project, right, and then versus the rural area like Fund 19, LLC, NCE that we're currently doing right now?
Well, currently there's quite a long wait. They call it retrogression between Vietnam, China, and India. So if you apply from those countries to a standard targeted employment area, TEA project, you could end up waiting 5, 7, 8 years before that visa is granted and issued to you and your family. If we do a rural project, the United States Senate and House have determined that they want to force regional centers to work in the regional area or the rural areas. And by doing that, they've increased the opportunity to get those visas quickly. So you get to skip that long line. And most of the visas in that area now are within a year. And we'd love to be able to make sure you and your family get your visas quickly and that they're expeditiously done within the program and allow you to get visas for you and your family quickly.
That's so wonderful, right? And that's what we wanted to give you the estimated timeline for the investment for this program, this EB5 program, especially the one with the USASIA EB5 Fund 19 that located in the Lewis County, Washington State. That's 16 miles from Seattle and Bellevue, and also less than 20 miles from the capital of Olympia, and 60, 70 miles south of Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington, right? So this is a great location. This is the company planning to put $1 billion of investment. It's similar to what we done in the Seattle and King County area. So the investment for the Fund 19, the application processing time, it's probably going to be fast, right? It's premier processing, right? It would take 10 to 12 months, less than a year to get the green card, right? Versus other projects, it's very slow. Now we're talking about for those that apply for the DEA urban, right? And especially for a lot of countries that you mentioned, like Vietnam, India, and China, right? The time can take up 4 to 8 years or more, right? Versus the project that we have right now, either in Washington State, in Lewis County area, or in Texas, and all of our project right now is immediate.
Yeah, they're within a year.
Within a year.
It shouldn't have any trouble getting it within a year.
Right. So you hear it right here, ladies and gentlemen, that the expert in the EB5 regional center industry, that you're going to be able to invest, that creating jobs for American, right? Creating more housing, creating more opportunity, right? And getting the great, creating a pathway for you to get a U.S. citizenship, right? So the prepayment plan for the investment, talk a little bit about that, Mr. John, in terms of, like what would be the prepayment money back to the investor after they obtain the green card and U.S. citizenship.
Well, the way that the program works is it's an $800,000 investment that's required. We charge $125,000 for our services. And then in 5 years, we return that money to you with 1.5% interest. The major thing that's going to affect you personally right away, as soon as the green card is issued, your students' tuition rates drop dramatically, and that will assist a lot in your family's finances.
That is wonderful, right? And so, Washington State area, King County, and Soto area, and Everett, and also Tacoma included. We attracted over $2 billion of investment in the EB5 in the past. As long as I know about the program, right, in the last 30 plus years. So this program have created for tremendous opportunity for investor to get a green card, but also our community is overwhelmed, in terms of receive a lot of great benefit to this program. So versus other opportunity out there. So, our success rate is really, really high, right? And so, because of that, because of this great program in the, in the area, in the Lewis County area, in the rural area, the return on the investment from the residential bill and the JCE project, it's a good investment, and versus other project, at the minimum loss or even no profit, and it is challenging, right, John, to do that in the rural area. Face it, real estate rural area. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, the biggest issue is a rural area. There are less people that live there. And the major rule in real estate is location, location, location. And because this particular program has to be in a rural area, we're not going to get the choice locations that we would if we were to build in in Seattle, which is what we typically try to build. So by building in a rural area, we take the chance that it's not going to be as profitable as it would be otherwise. But we do real estate. That's what we do all the time. So we know even in a rural area in Centralia, we know that we can make money on that hotel that we plan to build there. We want to surround it with some townhomes. And we know that that particular project will be profitable. And what we really want to do is provide a service to you as a potential client of ours to provide the green card, provide the opportunity to get your money back, a low amount of interest, and make sure that everybody's safe, happy, and secure. And we're able to do that with this project. I feel very comfortable and very confident that this will meet all of our goals.
So the application, the time that we're in right now, it's a good time to do it. And the project the project it's good, you know, and the fastest way to get the green card. So you know the investment is definitely very, very superior that we wanted to get it to you, whether you are a broker representing the client right now, whether you are ready to make a move, converting the existing visa, H-1B student visa, tourist visa into an investment-based category number 5 in the rural area, right? But like Mr. John mentioned, about the scope of the investment. But one thing that we know is that we are in the premier processing area, so that you're going to be able to get your green card fast, quick, right? And that's the number one priority. So with this investment of the 100-unit affordable residential plus extended stay hotel, that where that located. So we click below here on the link that you'll be able to find out everything from the project location, description, right? And the way that we can help you to apply to get your green card and visa quickly. So let us really looking at what we wrote down here on the timeline of the EB-5 investment program. And of course, we get the client go through the documentation, fill out a PPM, right? Sign it and return it through the immigration attorney, which is your attorney that help you from A to Z until you get the U.S. citizenship, right? So then, the second 30 day, this is where the regional center, the GP, accept the documentation from the limited partnership, right? Then both sides agree, in investment, we always call it like mutual acceptance, right? Both sides agree, get the documentation, and have the immigration attorney to prepare and send that to the USCIS, right? And so when the attorney send the document that signed by you, an investor, and signed by the general partner, right? You got yourself a complete packet to send it over. So then it's gonna go so then the attorney will submit this offering and the documentation, legal doc, right, to the USCIS. So application prepared to send to the USCIS in 30 to 50 days. No, we are quick, because our regional center is approved. Our project is approved. We got 100% of documentation that can really to helping you immediately, right? So we're gonna deliver this investment package to the USCIS, right? So if the I-526 is approved, then notification in writing, right, will be sent it to the investor wherever you are, right, John?
Absolutely.
In embassy, in wherever the investor, the approval we send to
Yeah, it goes to
them.
the attorney as well.
Your attorney as well. That's a copy, and then so then the that's going to be great for 2 years, right, John? 24 months before you can.
And then it's an
Yeah.
automatic renewal
Yeah.
for another 10 years after that. It's very simple.
Sure.
Once you get the initial, everything's golden.
Everything golden, right? So so the conditional green card is good for 24 months, right? We so the investor, so that's going to be allowed for you to live and live anywhere in the United States, right, for 2 years. So the end of the 2 year period, investor will apply for another petition, which is called the IA-29. The IA-29 application, it will be applied for the permanent green card 90 day before the conditional green card expire, right? So John, can you elaborate a little bit before our investor get it to the end zone, the happy zone? We see the U.S. citizenship here,
Well,
the relationship.
yeah, the 2-year conditional green card is what you're initially looking for. And that's the card that has said basically everything's good, everything's golden. And when you apply for your permanent green card, basically they're just making sure that you didn't commit any crimes during that 2-year period, or that they didn't miss something major in the earlier application. But for all intents and purposes, I don't know anybody that hasn't been able to get their 10-year green card, their permanent green card, after they've been issued their conditional. It's so rare as to almost not something to talk about.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So, ladies and gentlemen, our potential investors of the employment-based category number 5, this is one of the investment model and what that we wanted to provide for you, so it's gonna get you from where you are to where you should be. We see getting the U.S. citizenship for your family, right? You can live anywhere in the United States, and we're gonna make it easier for you, to do that. So as I mentioned, right? So we're gonna be joint force with City University, and we're gonna be in Asia, Vietnam on the third week of February, right? So we're gonna have an opportunity to meet with about 300 parents that we know that we want to bring this American Dream investment opportunity, to you. So it is the deal that we have right now is pretty much like first come, first serve, right? So when it's gone, right? But we're gonna have this going really, really fast, right? So for those that have the need, to get a U.S. citizenship through EB-5 program, that the time to act is now. Call our office, click the link below, right? For those in China, call our China office. For those that in Vietnam, you have any question at all, we got great lawyer there. We have a great team that can, more than happy to serve you and answer any question that you have. But again, this is on Friday, and we very excited to bring this investment opportunity for you, right, John?
Absolutely. Have a great day. And if you have any questions, again, talk to your broker, talk to the person that brought this to you, click on the link down below, or give us a call. We're here to help you. We're here to make sure that you can live an American dream. You can come to our country and live the same way we do. It's exciting to be here in the United States right now. And the opportunities in real estate, the opportunities in business are phenomenal in this country right now. Come.
So we got a good team. We got a great financing team. We got a great legal team that handling the legal doc for you. We got a great customer service team, whether in Vietnam or in the U.S., right? So overall, we create a dream team here that serve you, right? To get to get to America. So again, have a great one, and and John, let team up and giving this guy welcome into America.
Come to America. Want to see you here.
Thank you.